Hello everyone, and welcome to something a little different from the norm for The Trail Went Cold. You may have recently heard me announce that we are taking this week off and not releasing a new episode today, but we decided to fill in the void by dropping one of our exclusive bonus Patreon episodes into our feed instead. Ever since we launched on Patreon a year and a half ago, we have produced monthly bonus episodes for all of our patrons who have signed up with us in Tier 2, aka the Unexplained, or higher. This particular episode was recorded last summer and covers one of my pet cases, the 2001 murder of newspaper editor Kent Heitholt, and the highly controversial subsequent convictions of Charles Erickson and Ryan Ferguson, the latter of whom has since had their conviction overturned and been released from prison. Most of our bonus episodes are not just your standard unsolved cold cases, and they usually have a unique twist to them. They include some of the cases which were featured as final appeal segments on Unsolved Mysteries, such as the convictions of Johnny Lee Wilson, Larry Race, and Jeffrey McDonald. I explore a few cases which are technically solved, but still have a few unanswered questions, and one of our earliest Patreon episodes was a retrospective on the life and career of the late, great Robert Stack. Anyway, today's episode is just a sampling of the type of bonus content you'll get if you sign up with us on Patreon in Tier 2 or higher, so hopefully you'll enjoy it, and if you decide to sign up, you'll get access to a number of exclusive episodes just like this one. All you have to do is visit us at patreon.com/thetrailwentcold. So we'll see you again next week when we drop our next regular episode on September the 11th. November 1st, 2001. Columbia, Missouri. Kent Heitholt, a 48-year-old sports editor for the Columbia Daily Tribune, is severely beaten and strangled to death in the parking lot. 2.5 years later, investigators are led towards a young suspect named Charles Erickson, who has told people he had vivid dreams of himself and his friend, Ryan Ferguson, murdering Kent after leaving a nearby bar that night. After Charles confesses to the crime, both he and Ryan are charged with Kent's murder, and Charles's testimony helps convict Ryan and send him to prison for 40 years. However, after Charles and another key witness recant their testimony, Ryan's conviction is vacated, and he is released from prison in 2013. Even though many feel that Charles is also innocent of the crime, he remains incarcerated, and the exact circumstances of Kent Heitholt's murder are still unknown. After that, the trail went cold. Hello everyone, and welcome to this month's bonus Patreon episode of The Trail Went Cold. I'm your host Robin Warder, and today I will be covering a case which has garnered a lot of notoriety these past several years. It involves the 2001 murder of a sports editor named Kent Heitholt, which led to the conviction of two young men, Ryan Ferguson and Charles Erickson. Only one of these suspects is still incarcerated, as Ryan's conviction has since been vacated, and he is a free man again. But even though Charles originally confessed to the crime and testified against Ryan, he has since recanted, and a lot of people believe that he is completely innocent as well. This is a story which wound up garnering a lot of attention on true crime shows like 48 Hours and Dateline, and it's not hard to understand why. Ryan Ferguson was just an ordinary kid from an ordinary family with no history of trouble with the law before he suddenly got charged with murder, seemingly because a friend of his had been telling stories of having dreams about